matter who you are or where you are going, when this light goes, you stop and you wait. If you're in a car, if you're on a bike, if you're on foot, you're waiting. Sometimes we're waiting for quite some time. Isn't that always when you have somewhere you need to be? There are plenty of times in life when we have to stop and wait for things. And Advent is a season of waiting. We're opening Advent calendars, we're lighting candles, we're making lists, we're even checking them twice. But Advent waiting is different. For we're waiting for the birth of Christ, we're waiting for the second coming of Christ. Advent waiting is an expectant waiting. It's like waiting for Christmas to come before you open the present you've received through the post. You've got a rough idea of what size it might be, but you don't know what you're going to get. And it's waiting with a clear end, but an end that isn't there yet. It's expectant of something good, of a gift, but you don't quite know its appearance or form, and you wait with anticipation that it will be something wonderful or surprising. And Advent waiting is similar. It's waiting for God to move and act in a way that is wonderful and surprising. Advent is a time when we wait expectantly for God to move in a new way. Advent waiting is an active waiting. When you're waiting for something to happen, you look for signs of it happening. You look for its coming on the horizon. You look for the letter that gives you test results. You look for the shoots coming out the ground to indicate that your bulbs are growing. We have to pay attention to what is happening around us, to the signs of the coming of the kingdom. In Matthew's Gospel, we are told that we are to interpret the signs, to look for the return of Christ, to be active in our waiting, to be prepared, for we don't know when the Lord is coming, and we are to be ready for his return. We're not to wait passively for God, we're to act, we're to pay attention. Mary and Joseph had to be pushed into a stable because there was no room at the inn, it was too full. Is your heart too full? When we sing, "Let every heart prepare him room," we're not retroactively chastising the innkeepers of Bethlehem, we are preaching to all within earshot to be ready to meet their Lord and Maker unafraid. Is your life full of superficial concerns, worried about all the things that you have to get done before Christmas, too much holiday preparation to do? Or have you made space to once again reflect and receive the good news of Christ incarnate at Christmas? You could do this through reading the Bible, listening to worship music. I tend to listen to UCB, but there's Premier Radio that's full of music and reflections this Advent. Or you could be listening to some good preaching or teaching, or find devotionals that you might want to read. I tend to use the Bible's app's devotional series. You could try that. And I hope you've started this process by taking some time to pray and to come before God, like we thought about last week. Advent waiting is a hopeful waiting. As we move further into winter, the shortened days and longer nights can be dark and tiring, but John's Gospel reminds us that the light shines in the darkness and the darkness has not overcome it. God has already given us the one who loves, redeems and restores the world. For unlike that first Christmas, we're waiting for something that is already here. Jesus has come and will come again. We have encountered the risen Christ, and this gives us hope. We have had moments where we have encountered God. He has been faithful so far, and he will do it again. God's light and love will always shine through, no matter the darkness we encounter, be that illness, grief, injustice or war. We wait with a hope, knowing that the victory is already won in him. Amen.